Aloha, hockey fans. Welcome to the Bluenote Fan Report. I'm your host, Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan. And you got to know that I'm bleeding blue with you. It was Game 7, do-do-do-do-do, Game 7, do-do-do-do-do, Game 7, do-do, Game 7. It was double overtime, do-do-do-do-do, double overtime, do-do-do-do-do, double overtime. In the face-off, do-do-do-do-do, in the face-off, do-do-do-do-do, in the face-off, do-do-do-do, in the face-off. Pat Maroon, do-do-do-do-do, Pat Maroon, do-do-do-do, Pat Maroon, do-do-do-do, Pat Maroon. He found the loose puck, do-do-do-do, the loose puck, do-do-do-do, the loose puck, do-do-do-do, the loose puck. We're going to the Western Conference Finals, we're going to the Western Conference Finals, we're going to the Western Finals, do-do-do-do. Pat Maroon! Okay, cheesy, yep, but wow, what an amazing Game 7. The Blues, for the fourth time since this round was introduced in 1982, are going to the Western Conference Finals. Second time in 3 years, and the deja vu that is dripping through this series is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's... If you took a 55-gallon drum and set it up and started to squeeze out the deja vu, you would fill up that 55-gallon drum 25 times. I mean, it's absolutely just dripping with deja vu. Well, Hawaii Blues fan, I don't understand. What do you mean? That's a great question. Let me tell you. So let's rewind, take it back, yeah, take it back to 2016. 2016 playoffs. Blues are the number 2 seed in the Central, and they face their rivals, the number 3 seed, Chicago Blackhawks. They have an intense series that goes 7 games and ends up with Troy Brouwer popping a loose puck into the net to advance in the first round. 2016, the San Jose Sharks are the number 3 seed in the Pacific. And they face, at the time, the Los Angeles Kings. They beat the Kings very easily in 5 games. Move to round 2 of 2016. And the San Jose Sharks, well, guess what? The number 1 seed in their bracket, the Anaheim Ducks, got upset by the wild card. Yes, I said that right. Wild card, Nashville Predators. San Jose is the home team against the wild card Predators. The Blues, on the other hand, face the number 1 seed, Dallas Stars, and are the away team. Both teams have very hard fought 7-game series. San Jose and Nashville, the home team wins every game, and San Jose wins a triple overtime game, either double or triple, to get to the next round. Actually, I might be wrong on that. I'm going to have to check, but I think I screwed that up. But there was a very long overtime game in that. I remember the guys just like flopping over the board. That might have been Game 6 in Nashville, though. St. Louis has a 7-game series against Dallas, and in Dallas for Game 7, they beat them like 6-1 or 6-2, something like that. Just a really 7-game beatdown. Game 7 was a beatdown. And then the 2 teams meet in the Western Conference Finals. We'll talk about the outcome here in a second. Let's fast forward to today, to 2019. First round, the Blues are the number 3 seed. They face the number 2 seed, Winnipeg Jets. and defeat them in 6 games. San Jose, the number 2 seed, faces their rival, the number 3 seed, Vegas Golden Knights. And this is an amazing series. Vegas is up 3-1, and San Jose has no quit in them. They fight back, and at one point in Game 7, they're down 2-0, and end up scoring 3 goals on a 5-minute power play, a controversial 5-minute power play. It gets tied back up, and this Game 7 goes into overtime. In overtime, the San Jose Sharks prevail and move on to the second round. In the second round, San Jose faces the wild card. The wild card, yes, I said that right, Colorado Avalanche, who in 5 games takes out the number 1 seed, Calgary Flames. This series again goes 7 games and again ends with some pretty heavy controversy. San Jose prevails in Game 7 at home. St. Louis and Dallas. This series again goes 7 games and goes into the most epic double overtime that I have seen in a long time. It was by far the best defensive effort the Blues have put out all year long. The face-off. It's simply going to be called that. If it isn't being called that, it will be. Tyler Bozak has Pat Maroon on his, on his right-hand side. He's a left-handed shot, so normally he's on the other side. And then you have, over here, you have, and I just went blank, Robert Thomas, right, the left-handed shot. They switch sides at the face-off, and they talked about this. This is a play that they practice all the time. Bozak wins a face-off to Maroon. Maroon backhands it to Robert Thomas, who has come from his position behind the circle and has created space between him and Heiskanen. Heiskanen is going to be a hell of a player. It gives him enough room to fire a shot at the net that hits the post. From the post, it hits the mask of Ben Bishop, falls into the crease, and Pat Maroon, St. Louisan, Oakville's own Pat Maroon, who took less money to stay and to come to St. Louis, fired his agent because he wanted to come to St. Louis, took less money and bet on himself, puts that puck in the net and sends this team to the Western Conference Final. Now, if that isn't enough deja vu for you, let's forward a little ways or go backwards to 2011. The World Series. The Cardinals and the Texas Rangers, who are from Dallas. Game 1, Cardinals win. Game 1, Blues win. Game 2, Rangers win. Game 2, Blues win. Game 3, Rangers win. Game 3, Dallas wins. Game 4, Cardinals win. Game 4, Blues win. Game 5, critical Game 5, the Rangers win. Critical Game 5, Dallas wins. You see the pattern here? Game 6, Cardinals win. Game 6, the Blues win. Game 7, and Game 6 had that epic extra inning game where hometown boy David Freese hits a triple and a home run to send the Cardinals to Game 7. And then you have the Game 7s where obviously the Cardinals win the World Series, the Blues win the round 2, and it's hometown boy Pat Maroon who puts the puck in. dripping in irony, dripping in deja vu. How many of them barrels have I filled up? Well, you know what? I'm not done. Because if we fast forward and look at this series now, the Blues and the Sharks are reversed. The Sharks are the number 2 seed with home ice advantage. The Blues are the number 3 seed going on the road. The exact opposite of 2016. In 2016, St. Louis wins the first game. In 2019, we don't know yet. 16 series, St. Louis wins game 1. Games 2 and 3, St. Louis's offense disappears. They don't score a goal and are down 2-1. Then, yes, I said then, excuse me, game 4 comes up. And game 4 was in San Jose. I was at that game. It was an amazing game. The Blues came out on fire. They beat San Jose, I think it was 6-3. And a 3, like they scored a late goal, wasn't even close. That 6-3 score wasn't even close to what the game was. Critical game 5 in St. Louis. San Jose scores first. Ends up winning that game. They score first in game 6 in San Jose. I was at my daughter's friend's house in Campbell, which is just outside of San Jose. Her daughter's father was a Sharks fan, and I had to hold back the tears. Hoping I don't have to do it this year. The series is dripping with deja vu and irony. I just hope that it doesn't go the same way. I hope it goes the opposite way. Kind of has that feel for me this year. One thing about the series in 2016, and it's going to be interesting to see if this still plays. The team that scored first won every single game. In our series against Dallas, the team that scored first didn't win a lot of games. Something to think about. St. Louis has only trailed one time this playoffs. That's right. The only time they trailed was going into game 6. Other than that, they've been tied or ahead. San Jose has been behind a bunch. There's a lot going on in this series. There's a lot going on between these two teams. It should be a great series. Before I get to predictions, I'll talk about it in a second. Now, I tried to do a show with Mike Dante. However, my audio is all messed up and I couldn't use it. I might be able to use some of Mike's, but I couldn't use mine. We talked about Boston and Carolina. I'm not going to go too deep into it. Mike thinks that Carolina is going to win in 7. I told him if Carolina wins that series, it's not going to be 7. They're going to have to do it in 6 because there's no way they're winning game 7 in Boston. And I'm thinking Boston in 6. I said all along that the road to this Stanley Cup went through the Boston-Toronto series. I still believe that. I still think Boston is one of the better teams. They've had some good competition through this series. They're not beat up. They were missing someone during game 1. His name slips my head. Charlie McAvoy, due to a suspension. Didn't seem to bother him. Boston is up 1-0 with game 2 happening on Sunday. They get the 2 days off, but we get the 2 days off before game 1. Game 1 is less than 24 hours away for us. Oh, I think Boston's going to win in 6. So I'm going to try and play this if I can. Mike's prediction for Blues and Sharks just blew my mind. And I got to do something. I forgot to do something. Ben Bishop. Ben Bishop, hats off, my friend. Absolute hats off. That was absolutely amazing what you did. All right? I would love to have gotten him on the show. Unfortunately, he's not a big media guy and he declined. And that's fine. But you know what? Buddy, hats off. That was an amazing effort. 52 shots in game 7. You faced 52 shots. That game wouldn't even gone to double overtime if it wasn't for you and your incredible play. You did an amazing job, and all I can say is hats off. This Navy boy, salute you, my friend. Well played. Absolutely well played. Mike Dante. Yeah, I'm going to jump back to that. Mike Dante thinks the Blues are going to sweep the Sharks. He said it, not me, and I'm going to try and show it right now. Mike, I hope you're right. I think this one's going 6. I really do think that this is going, that the deja vu that I've talked about and the irony that just runs rampant through here. Just, I can't see it going away, right? This has been a playoff of trends. Lower seeds have advanced continuously. I just think this is the year. It's been 49 years since we were last in the Stanley Cup Finals, and I think that I think if I remember the number right, 14 of our players were here 3 years ago. They got some experience. They know what it takes, and they know what they did wrong. Tarasenko, show the F up, buddy. Show up, score goals. One of the things they talked about on the NHL Network was in that series against San Jose 3 years ago, you never passed the puck. Well, you haven't been passing the puck here, and San Jose triple teams you. Pass the damn puck. Get some assists. It'll give you space. It'll give you the room you need. Pass the puck. Pass the puck upon the left-hand side. I said pass the puck upon the left-hand side. Yeah, that's an old 80s reference for you. You remember that song? Yes, I suck. Blues fans, I think the Blues are going all the way. I'm excited. I'm raring to go, man. I'll tell you what. I absolutely considered hopping on a plane tonight and being at Game 1 tomorrow. I absolutely, positively fucking considered it. Had to throw the thought away, but it was there. Trust me. If I could have been filming outside the SAP Center tomorrow, I'd be filming outside the SAP Center tomorrow. With that, I'm going to end it here and say, aloha, mahalo. This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, host of the Bluenote Fan Report, saying, I'm bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues, and hopefully see you in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Oh, when the Blues go marching in, oh, I want to be in that number. When the Blues go marching in, oh, when the Blues go marching in, oh, when the Blues go marching in, oh, I want to be in that number. When the Blues go marching in, oh, when the Blues go marching in, oh, when the Blues go marching in, oh, I want to be in that number. When the Blues go marching